Hey guys, it's your girl London, and today we're going to be doing another Resurrection Shadow Day. So if you want to see which palette we are resurrecting and what our eye look is going to be, then stick around because we're getting right into it. Guys, today is yet another Resurrection Shadow Day, and today I'm very excited to do this one because I've actually never used this palette. So which palette am I talking about? I'm talking about the Hudabeauty Desert Dusk Palette. So this palette was released in 2017 and it was $65. Now you may say, how did you not use a 5-year-old palette? Well, that's because I just bought this palette in 2021. This is now discontinued and they had it on a great sale. I think I ended up getting this for $30, $32 on the Hudabeauty, I believe it was the Hudabeauty website is where I got it from, when they were getting rid of a lot of discontinued items. This is now done, but look at how gorgeous this is. And remember when Huda always did the eye thing? Honestly, this was her thing. So the Desert Dusk palette, it is absolutely gorgeous. This is the layout. How freaking beautiful is that? It just has so many beautiful kind of purple, burgundy, burnt oranges, but then you also have these kind of cool shades right here. There is a pressed glitter right there, but it just has these gorgeous shades to it. It also has a beautiful, if you can see, a beautiful mirror right there, a full mirror to use, which I may actually be taking use of today. Let's go ahead and peel that off. Yeah, so let's go ahead and let's get started on the look. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever used this palette because I did purchase it in 2021. It is now discontinued, and this is a gorgeous palette. I think today we might be doing a halo eye. We might be doing something like that because I really want to play with some of these sparkles and shines. So also, if you like the base, let me tell you, it's all about the base right now. This is brand new and this will be up on Friday. This is a brand new released foundation from a clean brand. And it's pretty nice. So I think that especially if you're my complexion and you're looking for kind of that perfect shade that you don't have to mix, stick around for Friday's video because I think you're gonna like what you see. So let's go ahead now and let's get into the look. As you guys know, I will put the palette somewhere in these arenas so that way you guys can see what I have instead of constantly flipping the palette up. First off, you guys know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my Wing Gloss number 17 brush. It's this flat paddle brush, and we are going to do a color all over the lid. You guys know that recently I have been doing this. I don't know what got back into me, but here we are. I do not have my lids primed. All I have is the foundation that I have on my face, which again, if you want to see that video, it'll be up Friday. And then I just use the Colourpop face powder over it. So we are taking the color Eden, and what I really like about this palette too is that Huda, her palettes are expensive, but again, the mirror is high quality. Love the shadows in some of her other palettes, and I love that on these bigger palettes especially she put the names inside, which may seem like what's the big deal, but a lot of brands don't do that. A lot of brands still put the names on the back of the palette, so it's very nice to have them here. So like I said, we're going in with the shade Eden, and Eden is this peachy pink shade. We're taking that all the way up to the brow line. And it's a little more peachy in the palette than it's pulling on my eye. On my eye, it is pulling a little bit more of the pink versus the peach, but I don't mind it and I like it. I think it goes nice with my complexion. I recently got into the Hudabeauty products, probably within the last year. So probably end of 2020, beginning of 2021 is when I really got into them, and I'm not gonna lie, it really was because the Mercury retrograde came out. I just thought that palette was gorgeously done as far as the aesthetics, and then I did get the rose quartz last year, but really Huda does a nice job with the aesthetics of her palettes, but they are very expensive. I mean, $65 a pop for a Hudabeauty palette. It's a bit much. I have enjoyed the small palettes first. I've used the whether they're 9 p.m. palettes. A lot of people say they're hit or miss. The ones that I've used thus far have been very nice. So I would say if you want to get into the brand, you might want to try one of those, but you also might want to try looking at a YouTube video for a review, because you don't want to pick one that maybe doesn't have the best review and you get kind of a bad taste for the brand based off the smaller palettes of hers, the 9 p.m. palettes. But I really like her aesthetics. And I really do think she has some really nice color stories. I haven't always liked everything, like the Naughty palette I did buy, but it took me a long time because I didn't like the aesthetics of the front of it. I thought the Naughty was too big, it was weird, and it was like burlesque-y, but it wasn't something that I was really into. So that took a bit of a time for me to purchase that one, but nonetheless I did. I really do like this Eden color. I think it's really nice. I think it goes really nicely with the sweater. Okay, so let's move on to our next color. Like I said, I think we're going to be doing a halo eye. So let's go ahead and let's go in with, we're going to use this Hudabeauty LBE7 brush, and we're going to go in with the color Oud, and we're going to just start putting that on the outside. Now what I do like to do is kind of lay down my shadow first and then blend it. So I want to figure out where I want to put it, and this is just, I mean, look at that. That is so nicely pigmented. And that's what I like about the Hudabeauty palettes, is they have some nice punch to them. And I think that the ones I've used thus far are very, very easy to blend. This is such a nice brush. Manny has some really nice brushes. If you don't know, this is a Hudabeauty brush, and Hudabeauty is, the owner is Manny, MUA, and he has some really, really nice brushes. So if you have not tried his brushes yet, I would say go ahead and give them a try. This is the first time I'm really using this brush, this detailed, for a halo eye, but it is working out quite nicely, I must say. Really like that. Okay, now we're going to go in and we're going to do the other eye. It's hard to kind of hold this palette and do it, but that's okay, because I really do need a mirror that is a little closer than my traditional mirror. But like I said, Hudabeauty has some really nice aesthetics, really nice layouts. I remember when her foundation came out, and it was full coverage. I mean, it was, you think that the the KVD Beauty Apple foundation was giving you life. I remember when Huda came out with her foundation, she was giving the girls what they needed. If you wanted to look like a whole other person, her foundation was going to do it for you. So if you were on the run and you needed to kind of skew yourself, that was going to do it, because that was going to give you the blank canvas you were looking for to create whatever it is you wanted. However, it was the scent that she put in her foundations that people couldn't get over, that was just very strong. And I never had her foundation when it had the scent. I got her foundation, the stick foundation, after she had released, God, it might have been 2 or 3 years, she released foundation that didn't have the scent in it, because so many people said the scent was just so offensively strong, and it stayed on your face for a relatively long time after you put the foundation on, that's why people just really couldn't buy the foundation. It was beautiful, but it just was so heavily scented that they couldn't handle it. And I don't know if Huda did that because culturally, the scents from, you know, where she grew up, or if it was a luxury beauty brands tend to, like the Gucci's, Chanel's, Louboutins, Dior, tend to have a scent, tend to have that kind of like rosy, awkward floral scent in their products. So I don't know if she was trying to take her brand and have the aesthetic of being luxury, because the price was definitely a luxury price, and so she wanted the scent to go with it. Not quite sure. I do know when Huda first came out, you know, she backs this brand herself, and there were some problems with her first palette. I believe it wasn't Desert Dusk, was it? Or was it the Rose Gold? I think it might have been the Rose Gold. It might have been Desert Dusk. I think it was the Rose Gold, though. One of them she reformulated. I don't know if it was this one or the Rose Gold palette. I think it was the Rose Gold remastered. She ended up redoing that one, because when it released, you know, she only had so much funding, and she did the best she could with what she had, but people enjoyed the palette, but it just wasn't the best quality. And as she was able to get some more money, she went ahead and kind of started her story over again, re-released the palette, and then from that point on, all her palettes seem to have had a substantial quality that you could count on, depend on, at least in these big ones. So I'm really liking how this brush gave us life with this halo eye. Really, really liking that. So what we're going to do then is we are going to, I just wiped it off with my color switch. We're going to go ahead and go into the color Saffron, and we're going to go right on the edge of this, right on the edge of Oud, just to add an additional layer of color and an additional bit of depth. So tell me about your guys' experiences with the brand Hudabeauty, because there has been some controversies along the way. I know briefly of the controversies. I'm not well versed in them, so I don't want to speak to them. But I know that there have been some controversies as far as the model she used for her brand, the inclusivity factor of both gender and race that she put in her brand campaigns. So how do you guys feel just about the brand in general? Do you like the products? Did any of the controversies turn you away? Let me know a little bit about where you guys kind of stand with that. I know that her sister, Kayali, does the perfumes that are on her website. I have the, I think it's Eden's apple, or the new one that smells like apple. I have that one. That one is a really delicious fragrance. So as you guys can see, we have the oud, so we have the brown, and then we have the saffron, which is a bit of kind of like a burgundy right there. Since we're here, we're going to take the same brush, and I just wiped it off, and we're going to go ahead and take amber lightly, because as you can see, these are very pigmented. We're going to go ahead and put that right against the lower lash line. Right against the lower lash line. This is a really fantastic freaking brush. I know I already said, but this LBE7 is really coming through and is everything right now. So again, if you have not tried the Luna Beauty brushes, definitely get on it. These are really, really nice. Okay, I'll leave that right there for now. We're going to come back to that in a little bit, but now we're going to go ahead and we're going to see what we are going to do with the inside here. I think that what we're going to do is we're going to take, again, another Lunar Beauty brush. We're going to do the LBE4, and this is kind of a slightly bigger flat paddle. And we're going to go in with the color Blood Moon. This is gorgeous. I'm just going to really kind of load that brush up, and this is what we're going to put right here in the center. And usually I do this with my finger, but just want to see what it's like with the brush. And it's a little light with the brush, if you see that. A little light, so I'm going to go with my finger, because this is the color Blood Moon. It's kind of like a coppery type color. Oh yeah. Finger really is the way to go, which is to be expected. There we go. This is a really, really, really nice color. Just look at that. That is gorgeous. Really, 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 really liking that color. Let's go do the other eye. And this is not too soft, but it's soft enough. It feels really nice, but it's not, you're not making an indentation in it when you touch it. It's not flaking off or anything like that. It's just really nice to touch. Oh, guys, how beautiful is that shade? Absolutely gorgeous. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our tried and true, as you know, the JH30. This is my Ride or Die blending brush, and we are going to blend the top here. And this we do kind of want to blend up and kind of almost smudge at the same time, because we want it to be a little higher than when we place it. So we kind of want to do almost like a smoky blowout of the top, because we want to leave all that pigmentation on the bottom and just do kind of a smoky blowout, if you can see between the two. So we're not going as vigorously as we usually would. So we want to be a bit more methodical about this, because we are trying to blow it out here on the top. So again, being just a bit more methodical about it, because we are trying to blow it out here on the top a bit. That's what that looks like. And then we're going to go in with our Wayne Gloss number 6 brush. And again, this is kind of a flat brush. We're going to go into where we have the shimmer connecting with the matte with that saffron color. We're just going to give it a little light blend right here, just so there's not as harsh of lines. But we definitely want to maintain the color. And then we're just going to take this brush and go slightly in the outer part on Oud and kind of blow Oud out and up a bit. Out and up a bit. Very, very nice. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this color Retrograde. I'm going to assume that this was the catalyst for her palette Mercury Retrograde, because this is what it looks like. Just absolutely beautiful. And we're just going to, ooh, just top that right in the center to give it, just as you can see, just a little bit more dimension. I think that that is absolutely beautiful, because this is a sheer wash. So I think that that Retrograde here is definitely a topper. You definitely need a base underneath it. It doesn't matter which color, but a color. I think that that is just beautiful. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use the JH39 from Morphe. It's kind of like this rounded dome, and we are going to take the color Decisions. We're going to take the color Amethyst, and this is a gorgeous purple, and we're going to be light because, you know, we've worked with purple before underneath. We're just going to try to take just a little bit of Amethyst in this corner and just give it a little bit of oomph underneath the eye. Just a little bit of oomph. Adding just a little bit of a surprise color there. That's what we're going to do. So we're being very methodical with this because it is pigmented. You guys know we have done purple before, and purple has really just taken our looks for a turn. So we're going to wipe it off now, and then we're just going to go back in and do a little buff out. Perfect. We're going to take the same dome brush, and we just wiped it off. Now we're going to pick our inner corner highlight. And for our inner corner highlight, I think we are going to do Angelic. Angelic is this gorgeous, it looks like it's a pinky gold shift. And we're going to put it just right here. Oh, wow. Look at that. That is beautiful. Oh my gosh, if you guys have this palette, oh, definitely continue to use it. If you guys don't have it, I'm so sorry, because sometimes when we do this, we're just like rediscovering or discovering palettes that unfortunately are older, so a lot of them are discontinued. And this one, again, I'm discovering because I just purchased it last year. But this is absolutely, absolutely a beautiful palette. You know, we pull it down just a little bit in here, blend it out in our C, and there we go, guys. So we're going to go ahead, go offline. We're going to do the rest of our liner, our lashes, our lip. We're going to come back, we're going to talk about it, and we're going to see what are our thoughts on the Hudabeauty Desert Dusk Palette. So give me 2.2, guys, and I will be right back. Okay, guys, we are back. So let me get a little closer so you guys can see what the eye look looks like in its completed form. Here we go. Do you guys enjoy it? You think it's nice? What are your thoughts? I think it is a very, very pretty halo look. I think it is a very nice use of the colors. I'm into it, so let me know if you're into it too. So let's have a little chat ski about what we put on. Let's start with our lips first, shall we? Lips first are the new Fenty Icon lipsticks. So the one I used was Pose Queen, and this is what Pose Queen looks like on its own. Right here, it's just kind of like a peachy nude. And if you want to see all 10 of these lipsticks swatched on my lips, then go ahead and look for the video in my playlist. I might put it at the end of this video or put it in one of the cards so you guys can see it. But definitely head on over there and take a little look-see-loo at that, because I swatched all 10, and I also showed you the case. As you can see, this is not in the case. You'll find out why if you go watch that video. We also use a little bit of the Colourpop Lippy Pencil in BFF3. We did just a light line of it around the lips just because Pose Queen was a little too light for this look, and I just wanted to deepen it a little bit but not do a really harsh line to it. For mascara, we use the new Cali Ray mascara. This is really nice. I think that it definitely lengthened them, made them look really nice. Top and bottom lashes I am really happy with. This came as a sample when you're on Sephora. You can put like the little code in for the little samples they have, or not the sample section but the actual coded section. That's what I have there. For my eyes, what I used for the upper lash line was the Marc Jacobs gel liner pencil in the color Plumage. And this is just this nice plum look. I thought that would be nice to tie the look together because it is kind of like a plum, maroon, burgundy type color. I thought that it would really play well off of, what was it, Mercury or Retrograde was the color in here? Retrograde. It would play nice off Retrograde with the purple and blue shimmer. For the bottom lash line, I used the Marc Jacobs gel liner in the color Orange Crush. This is the one that I use from outer to inner. And then the very inner part, I used the Marc Jacobs gel liner, and this is in the color Top Brass. And this was just kind of a brassy bronze right here in the inner part, just to continue to bring the light with it. These are discontinued because Marc Jacobs doesn't do makeup anymore at this moment. That is TBD. We'll see what happens with that in the future. So guys, this is the look. I think that it came out really, really nice. Let's talk about the palette. So again, unfortunately, discontinued. These are the shades. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 18 pan palette. And out of 18 shades, we use Oud, Retrograde, Blood Moon, Saffron, Amethyst, Amber, Eden, and Angelic. So we use 8 shades out of 16. So that is half the palette. And as you guys know, I like to be able to use at least 50% of the palette to make it seem like it's worth it to me to be able to make a look. And this was 50%. I thought the shades blended nicely. I thought they were very, very pigmented. I thought they laid nicely on themselves. I thought this was a good mix of colors to do a variety of looks. You could do a cooler look on this half of the palette. Like essentially, this half of the palette is cooler and this half of the palette is warmer. So I really like that you can mix and match, or you can just stay within a cool or within a warm. So I really enjoyed this palette. I am sad that 1, I bought it last year and now it's discontinued, but 2, that it took me 5 years to really get this palette and get into it, because it is a really, really nice palette. So if Huda ever brings this back out again, I definitely would recommend it. If you have it at home, I would play with it more. If you find it on a third-party site, or a friend is giving it away, I definitely would say go for it, because I think that it is very nice. As you can see, we created this beautiful look. I think that it is definitely well worth it. So that, guys, was our Resurrection Shadowday Hudabeauty Desert Dusk Palette. So tell me how you guys enjoyed it, how you liked it, what do you think about it, what do you have to say about Hudabeauty all together. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give me 2 very enthusiastic thumbs up, not 1 but 2. If you haven't already, follow me on Instagram at London Brielle. See what I do when I'm not here with you on the YouTubes. Also follow me over on TikTok at official_London Brielle. See what I'm doing or not doing when I'm over there. And guys, if you want to see again the foundation that I have on, make sure you check out Friday's video. If you want to know more about the Fenty Beauty Icon lipsticks, make sure that you look at that video. I will leave it at the end card, or I will leave it in my playlist so you guys can check that out. I think that you will be surprised. I think especially if you're my complexion, seeing all 10 shades on the lip will definitely be helpful to have you help choose those colors, because of they are $20 lipsticks. So if you haven't already, check out that video. And guys, until next time, I always appreciate you, but I love you, I miss you, and I will see you on the flip side. I love you guys. Bye.